Welcome back, girls. We have discussed process synchronization, which provides synchronization among the processes, synchronization mechanisms, which allow the processes to access critical section in synchronization manner, and this is for avoiding the inconsistent results. So, this is basically for avoiding the race around condition. Now, the next synchronization mechanism is a semaphore. So, what is a semaphore? It is a simple integer variable. It can be used to provide synchronization among multiple processes which are running concurrently, and those are cooperative processes. So, to define semaphore, the definition is given as semaphore is an integer variable which is used in mutual exclusive manner by various concurrent cooperative processes in order to achieve synchronization. So first of all, what is semaphore? The first thing given in the definition is it is a integer value. It is an integer variable. The second point mentioned in the definition is this integer variable value is used by different cooperative processes in mutual exclusive manner. And the third point to note here is this is done for achieving a synchronization. So basically there are two types of semaphores, counting semaphore and binary semaphore. So based on what type of value this integer variable is handling, these two semaphore types are given. So the first type is counting semaphores, in which that integer value varies from minus infinity to plus infinity, and for binary semaphores, which are also called as mutexes, which carries the value either 0 or 1. So we'll start with counting semaphore. So we know common piece of code for all processes, for all cooperative processes, are kept in critical section. When we know that the significance of what is the significance of entry code and exit code. So if a particular process wish to enter into the critical section, that process has to execute entry section code to get into it, or at the time of leaving the critical section it has to execute exit code, and then only that particular process can terminate. Now in entry code and exit code there are various operations performed. So these operations are used in semaphores. There are certain operations used in semaphore. In entry section, as given here for counting semaphore, entry section has P operation, which is also known as down operation or wait operation. So these are synonyms for P operation. Similarly, for exit section, it has various operations as V, up, signal, post and release. Now up, signal, post and release, these are the synonyms for V. So basically there are two operations performed in entry section and exit sections of implementation of semaphore, that is P and V, and these are some synonyms for it. So here there is a correspondence between each of these operations. V operation in exit section is correspondence to P operation in entry section. Similarly, down in entry is correspondence to up. Wait has mapped with signal. That means if I am starting my entry section with P operation, then my exit section must have a V as a operation name. Similarly, if my entry section starting with down operation, exit should start with up operation. So this is how the mapping is done. Now let us see how counting semaphore gets implemented. So basically the semaphore is a structure. Semaphore is a structure. It has two components, an integer value and an associated waiting list. Usually it is a queue. So as you can see, it is a structure semaphore in its int value and queue is maintained. Now let us look at the two operations performed here. One is at the entry section, another is at the exit section. So as we have seen, P is also known as wait operation. So here just below the structure of semaphore, the wait operation is expanded. So what exactly is written in wait? Wait in bracket semaphore S, that means S is a variable given, and then some part of code is mentioned here. So at the time of entry, wait should be executed. So let us explain it. Initially, critical section is totally free. To enter into the critical section, process needs to execute this wait semaphore. Yes, I have already told you that P, down, wait are synonyms. One can use any of these three. one can write P semaphore or wait semaphore or down semaphore, like. So now look at this wait semaphore operation defined here. Now here S is a variable. Now you can give any name here. I have just purposely used S to identify it as a semaphore. So S that value is semaphore value. Let us say S is carrying some value 3, because as it is a counting semaphore, it can handle any value that lies between minus infinity to plus infinity. So let us assume S is having value 3 for the time being. To look at the actual functioning of this wait operation, so we'll start with S value as 3. Now what is the first sentence given in this wait operation? S value is equal to S value minus 1. So after executing this, what will be the value? So now suppose any process P1 comes into the picture and it wishes to enter into the critical section. Now P1 has to clear entry section, which is nothing but a wait operation. And first line given here is S value is equal to S value minus 1. So what will be the new value of S value? New value of S for after entering the P1 process. Initially it was 3. That's why another value will be 2. Now what is next line in wait operation? Which is nothing but if S dot value is less than 0. What is my S value? 2. So here S is equal to 2, which is less than 0. So it won't execute if body and it will return. That means it can enter into the critical section. So here the satisfaction of if statement leads to exit from critical section. That is, it is not allowing that particular process into the critical section, but if gets false, that means that process is allowed to enter into the critical section. Now suppose P1 entered into the critical section, and the case is P1 entered into the critical section, S value becomes 2, and the new process comes, that is P2. Again for P2, it executes the first, it tries to enter the critical section by executing this entry code, which is defined by wait operation. So it has to go into the first line, that is S value is equal to S value minus 1. By process 1, the S value was changed from 3 to 1. Now process P2 comes. So after executing first line, S value is equal to S value minus 1. P2 forces S values to minus 1, that is 1. Okay, so here P2 comes, executes all steps that P1 follows, and it makes S equal to, so semaphore value is equal to 1. Now again, which is not equal less than 0, so it can also enter into the critical section. Now initially S का value was 3, P1 ने उसको 2 किया, P2 ने उसको 1 किया. Now again process P3 comes. Now here what is the value of S? S is equal to 1. Now it can also execute this statement, S value is equal to S value minus 1, and it forces S semaphore value to 0. Again it is not less than 0, so the P3 can also enter into the critical section. Till this condition S value less than 0 becomes false, the processes are going into the critical section. So now here it is just for explanation, it is not allowed to enter all 3 processes into critical section at a time for mutual exclusion, just to get an idea how this particular wait operation is working. So now what is the scene? There are 3 processes P1, P2 and P3 which has already entered into the critical section. Now suppose P4 comes and it tries to execute this wait operation. Now before this P4 processes entering into the critical section, tries to entering into the critical section, S ka value is 0. Now it is time to execute the first line of code, that is S dot value is equal to S dot value minus 1. So S becomes minus 1, right? That means if statement becomes true, then it will execute if body part, and that is nothing but put the process control block for that process into the suspended list. Now this L is nothing but the suspended list. So P4 is for process P4, S value becomes -1. Because of that, the if statement becomes false and it will execute the body of if, which is nothing but putting that process control block for that process into L list, which is nothing but the blocked list or the suspended list. That means P4 is suspended and it is forced to sleep. I hope you remember what is PCB. In short, we have blocked P4. It is not entering into the critical section. Suppose one more process comes into the picture, that is P5. Now, if P5 comes, S value was -1. After executing first line of code, S value becomes -2. And again, this process is also forced to enter into the uh, block list or a suspended list. This is how this wait operation executes. So points to note here are, here with the help of s dot value we can find how many processes are there in suspended list. That means, again, look at the scenario we have already discussed. Now there were three processes in critical section, P1, P2 and P3. Now P4 and P5, these are sent into the block list, and at that time what is the value of semaphore? S dot value is equal to -2. That means whatever the value given by semaphore, if it is a minus value, that means those many processes are there in suspended list, right? That means if S is equal to -2, two processes are there in block list. If S is equal to -4, four processes are there in block list. Now what if S is equal to 0? That means the current process is there into the critical section, but it is not allowed. But if any process is coming, it is not allowed to proceed, or it is not allowed to enter into the critical section. That means this is the last process entering into the critical section. Now the question is how these blocked processes can be unblocked, right? So consider the case P1, P2, P3 are there in critical section. Value of S is equal to -2, and there are two blocked processes or suspended processes which are P4 and P5. Once P1 completes its action, that is, it finishes its work in critical section and done with its task, before termination it has to execute its exit code. So what is exit code mentioned here? Now look at this code. This is nothing but the exit code. Now as I have told earlier, that is, if I am using wait operation for entry section, there must be a signal operation for exit section. So for P1, after completion of a task, it has to go to the exit code which is given by the operation signal. Now it can be given by some other name. The synonyms can be used as V, post, signal, what is other, up, right? So once P1 is done, it will execute this signal operation, which has first line s dot value is equal to s dot value plus 1. That means before executing this signal operation, what was the value of s? That was -2. After executing this line, what will be the new value for s? That will be now +1 is equal to s is equal to -2. So after executing this line, s value +1, new value of s will be -1. What is the second line of code in this signal operation? If s value is less than equal to 0. Now what is the s value? It is -1. That means this particular if condition becomes true. So it will execute true part, that is select to process PCB from list. That means whatever blocked list is, from that list select any of the process and wake up that process. So what is waking up a process? Now when particular process is rejected and it has forcefully sent to the blocked list or the suspended list, it has to sleep. That means when wake up means what? It will take one from the block list and change its mode from suspended or the blocked list to the ready state. So there are different states for assigned to each of the process. So waking up means changing its state from suspended to ready state. Now any process can wake up at any amount of time. Now here in this case there are two processes, P4 and P5. Now at a time P4 can come or P5 can come, but generally FIFO mechanism is used, that is first in first out. So here P4 will wake up first, right? So wake up doesn't mean it can directly enter into the critical section, but it can again try, that particular process can again try its entry into the critical section. That is, again it can execute that wait part and tries to enter into the critical section. Again I repeat, wake up doesn't mean it can directly go into the critical section, but wake up means the changing the state of that process from suspended state to ready state. That means it has a chance to retry to enter into the critical section. So by using the combination of wait signal or down up, we can put some processes in block list and take them out from block list once particular process complete its execution and exit code. This is how this wait and signal works. One more point, while executing up, if s is equal to 0, that means no process is in suspended list, then on truthfulness of if statement there is no need to execute wake up, as s is equal to 0 suggests that there is no process in a block list. So if a process is not there in a block list, no need to wake up, right? So this is how the wait and signal operations are done. Now for taking some examples, what types of questions are asked in GATE exam on this semaphore part or the operations in semaphore. Suppose at any point s is equal to 0, that is semaphore value is equal to 0. So how many processes can successfully enter into the critical section? Can anyone tell? So 10 processes, that s is equal to 10 means what? One by one, if particular process wish to enter into the critical section, it has to execute wait operation. In wait operation, it is suggested that every time if process enters, the s value gets decremented by 1. And less than 0, that means at that point till 0, those many processes can enter. After that point, whatever the next processes are, those are sent into the block list. So that means 10 processes can successfully enter into the critical section. Similarly, in other words, it also said that these 10 processes can have their successful operation, because unless and until critical section gets executed, the process cannot complete its operation successfully, right? So it, in other words, if s is equal to 0, it also means that there are 10 processes, those can have successful operation. Let us discuss some more examples in GATE. Suppose s at particular amount of time, s is equal to 10, and there are two sets of operations given, 6p and 4v. 6p and 4v. P are nothing but the entry code, V are nothing but the exit code. So if s is equal to 10 initially, semaphore value is equal to 10 initially, and 6p, that means it has to decrease the value one by one, that is 10 minus 6. So after performing 6p, the value of s becomes 4. Now after that, the second point given is 4v operation, that is v is nothing but the exit section which increments the value, that means 4 plus 4 is equal to 8. So at the end, if initially at particular amount of time semaphore value was 10, and after that it has to perform 6p and 4v operations, 6p leads to 10 minus 6 is equal to 4, 4v equal to 4 plus 4, that is equal to 8. That means at the end semaphore value becomes 8. So just write out, if s is equal to 17, that is initial value of semaphore is equal to 17, what will be the final value of semaphore if 5p, 3v and 1p operations are performed? Try to find out the answer for this. So I have mentioned some important points to remember about this counting semaphores. Point 1 is, what are the components of structure semaphore? Now it can have positive or negative value. Positive value indicates the number of processes that can be present into the critical section, and negative value indicates number of processes into the block list or the waiting list. Now the next is the third point is waiting list of counting semaphore contains the processes those are blocked and trying to enter. Waiting list In waiting list, the block processes are put into the sleep mode. It is usually implemented using queue data structure. Using a queue as a waiting list ensures the bounded waiting. Please note that the reason behind using the queue. Now this is because the process which arrives first in the waiting queue gets a chance to enter into the critical section first, because as I said, the FIFO is the standard manner in which the critical section processes can be changed into the ready mode. So point 4, the wait operation is executed when a process tries to enter into the critical section. It decrements the value of counting semaphore by 1, and then it follows the two cases. If it is greater than equal to 0, process is allowed to enter the critical section. If it is less than 0, the process is put into the sleep and shifted into the waiting list. The fifth point to remember is the signal operation which is executed to take the process which when a process takes exit from the critical section. The signal operation increments the value of counting semaphore to 1 by 1. There are two possibilities. If it is less than equal to 0, a process is chosen from waiting list and wake up to execute. That means the mode process state is changed from blocked to ready. And if the counting semaphore value is greater than 0, that means there is no action taken. Two more points are by adjusting the value of counting semaphore, the number of processes that can enter the critical section can be adjusted. If the value of counting semaphore is initialized with n, the maximum n processes can be present. To implement mutual exclusion, the value of counting semaphore is initialized with 1. That means here we have taken SK value initially is 3, SK value is initially 10, but if whatever example we have discussed here, initially semaphore value is equal to 3, that means at a time 3 processes can enter into the critical section. But for a mutual exclusion, it is necessary that at particular amount of time only one process should be there into the critical section. To handle this particular criteria, we have to make S is equal to 1, that means एक टाइम पे एक ही प्रोसेस एंटर कर पाएगा क्रिटिकल सेक्शन में. सो टू इम्प्लीमेंट म्यूचुअल एक्सक्लूजन, point 7, and which one is important, to implement mutual exclusion, the value of counting semaphore is initialized with 1. It ensures that only one process can be present in the critical section at any amount of time. Whatever discussion we have done, that is just to understand the concept how wait and signal works, but for achieving mutual exclusion, it is mandatory to have initial value of S is equal to 1. Now in any system, there are n units of particular non-shareable resources available. N processes can use these n units at the same time. So access to these units is kept in the critical section. We know the shared resources are kept in critical section. Value of counting semaphore can be initialized with n. When process enter into the critical section, it decrements by 1. When it enter into the exit section, the semaphore increments by. Now already I have told you about the synonyms of V operation are down and wait. Synonyms for signal operation or the V operations are V, release or post. Thank you girls.